Hello traders, it is Katie. In today's video, we will earn the salary of Donald Trump. He earns approximately, according to their official standards, $1,220,000 per year. Per month, this is approximately $100,000 or a little more. And per day, it comes out to $4,700. This particular amount in $4,700. He earns this amount in a day and we will earn in 1 hour. So make some tea and we're starting. And there will be a link to my Telegram channel. Go to my channel, write me the code word +team, and accordingly then I will issue instructions and contact you on how you can receive the transaction data. As always, we are on TradingView, where I explain the strategy that we will use to earn Donald Trump's salary. This strategy consists of 3 points. The first is technical analysis. The second indicator is called Donchian channel, also known as the channel of Donchian. And also a second one called the stochastic oscillator. These are the 3 points. Let's quickly tell you. Technical analysis is always the level of support resistance, highlighting the total volume of candles and also shadows and the direction of the general trend. So technical analysis is a small basis of fundamentals that we absolutely always use in any strategy. Let's move on the Donchian channel indicator. It's plotted on our chart itself, and this suggests that it shows certain boundaries, and it shows the boundaries of the highest points and lowest points. This helps us a lot in determining and analyzing with the help of technical analysis. So the level of resistance, the level of support, it highlights perfectly. According to these moving lines, as there is also the general direction of the channel, the width of the chart, so how much it has changed or is changing at some point, this is the basis of this chart. The second indicator is our stochastic oscillator. It's located on our lower part screen. This indicator is similar to many others, for example RSI. It also has edges of 20 and 80, oversold more precisely from below, overbought from above, and 2 moving ones that help determine who is at the top of our trend. Blue is an upward trend and red is downtrend. Everything is quite simple, but the most difficult moments for many, this is when the schedule goes beyond the boundaries. This is the main difficulty for beginners. Today I will show you in practice and tell you what to do in what situations. Also, to motivate to watch the video to the end, at some points in the video I will give you some useful information, some unique information, for example like now, who at least didn't squander at the beginning. I'll give information for beginners that there is always a moment when it is dangerous to trade. These moments here, let me highlight them with an emotional like this. This is the first moment like this when plus or minus something like consolidation, but from the shadows we see that there is a fairly strong fluctuations. The second moment is a direct consolidation when we keep plus or minus on the same chart at the same pace. And the chart is not going anywhere. The same consolidation reminds us right here. So once consolidation, 2 consolidation, and what's something like a consolidation, but still a slightly uncertain trend. Also, it is entering a downward trend. This is very important. These are the situations. If you are beginners, beware. This is very important. And let's move on to PocketOption, where we will start our trading session. I also forgot to tell you guys that today my student, who is member of my team, sent a review that he took himself another iPhone. Another student took himself another iPhone. They are all quite easy. Why? After completing the training, he learned to trade and earned money himself. You can see a review on your phone, on your screen, all the details about the teaching, about prices, about contacting me, are in the Telegram channel, the link to which is in the description as usual and in the YouTube profile header. Like, guys, subscribe, turn on notifications, write comments what you are interested in what to do. If there is a proposal, all in the comments and also in the Telegram channels. And we're moving to PocketOption, where I will show you how to work with this strategy. Dear traders, we have already moved to PocketOption. Here indicators are identical. This is Donchian channel. Here are its parameters. Everything is absolutely standard, so you can simply turn on the indicators in the data tab on PocketOption and do not change anything. This is at the bottom, the stochastic oscillator. Also the balance, I allocated $100 based on your comments. You asked for a not very large balance to take. I took $100 in the transaction column. And the amount we write $100. Time is 1 minute. Trading on currency pairs. Everything is as always you like according to the standard, quickly, clearly, and showing the essence of the strategy. Let's immediately move on to the first currency pair, where we will begin testing and showing the strategy. Here we are on the first currency pair. We open a downward trade and proceed to the general analysis. At the moment, we see a global downward trend, which is going down. Further, as I told you, skip it if you are beginners. There is a consolidation, but nevertheless, we see that in this consolidation, the last range is directly dominated by red candles. So it's more likely that we will have a drawdown and we approach the average border of the Donchian channel, which is also directed in the lower position of its upper borders. Also quite a large shadow in the upper position according to the stochastic. We have a similar situation. We entered the 80 and 20 zone and are also directed to the lower position. Let's follow the chart. This deal is closed in plus, and we see the total balance is already $192. So far we have the amount, we leave the previous transactions and move on to the next currency pair. Dear traders, we are on the next currency pair. We open a downward transaction and immediately proceed to the general analysis. Here we have strong fluctuations, but we clearly reach the lower position here. We are in the process of our transaction to go down and open. Further, along the Donchian channel, we see that it stays exactly straight, but nevertheless we overcome its averaged orange line, which indicates that the chart really tends to go to the lower position. Then we look at our stochastic, and the situation is similar. And on the previous currency pair, and we are also going steadily downward. This has also helped us in opening a trade. Let's watch the chart. This trade, dear traders, is closing at 0, but 0, this is not a minus, which is already good. So let's knock out the next trade to knock down the profits we should have had. Let's increase the transaction amount to $192 and then again up to $300 if the transaction closes successfully. Let's move on to the next currency pair, where we will try to realize the transaction amount. Here we are on the next currency pair. Let's open a trade for an increase and move on to the general analysis. At the moment, we can see that we have a swing on the chart. So this is an upward trend, downward, and upward again. If we look at our second indicator called the stochastic oscillator, we also see a similar situation. Upward trend, downward, there is still uncertainty, but the general trend is still slightly upward. And on the Donchian channel, we have a similar situation. We see that the average and the lower borders are heading the upper position, which is also helps us in opening a trade. So it turned out we opened the trade correctly. Let's look. Great. This deal also closed in a plus, just like the first deal. The second one was zero. Someone may have overslept or missed it. In the meantime, we increase the deal amount to $300 and move on to the fourth currency pair where we will continue to trade. Here we are, dear traders. On the fourth currency pair, we open a downside trade here and proceed to the general analysis. We see that more than half of the candle has already passed, 24 seconds left, and at the moment we have not even reached the peak of the resistance level. We have turned just a little early. We caught the moment and opened a trade for a fall. Although Donchian shows an increase just like the stochastic, so it is important to use technical analysis. As I say in any strategies, always technical analysis. Let's watch the chart and see if technical analysis helped us. Great! This transaction is also closing in plus and our balance is currently $644.64. Let's for now reduce the deal to a value of $200 and move on to the next currency pair. Here we have moved to the next currency pair. Let's open a downward trade and let's proceed to the general analysis. Who noticed the chip? I will explain after this currency pair. We will close, dear traders, because those who are attentive have already seen. Those who haven't, I will explain after the closure of this transaction. On the Donchian channel, let's do a general analysis with the stability. But however, we are still staying lower for a large amount of time at the connected mark. So predominantly, we will move downwards. And according to stochastics, we see a leveling has occurred due to fluctuations and a change in trend. Therefore, everything here tells us about opening a position specifically on reduction, what we did. Let's look at the chart if we see we did the right thing and carried out a general analysis of our chart. This deal is also closing in plus, and let me explain the situation I was talking about. So we are on the next pair. We will open a trade to go up. Here we can see the graph is quite small and there are no significant changes because we have been growing and now some rollbacks and dashes of recovery are trying to enter. But nevertheless, this is not particularly happening for us at the moment, and we can see that the last moment 6 green candles is red with an abundance of growth, and we can safely open a trade for an increase. We have also overcome the Donchian channel to its specifically average border, what also helps us in opening this trade for an increase. And further on the stochastic, we see a similarly stable but small increase. Let's look at the chart. This deal is also closing in positive territory, and we wouldn't delay and immediately move on to the next and possibly last currency pair. Here we have moved to our last currency pair. Let's open a downward trade and proceed to general analysis. Even though we have an upward trend, but nevertheless we see shadows in the red candles and they are quite large in the bottom position. This tells us that sooner or later the chart is trying to turn downward. And so we open the trade for a fall, since it is because possible that the chart, even if it goes generally up, there will be fluctuations, and I want this fluctuation is caught, and the chance is quite large since in the last ranges the abundance of our specific red candles is quite large. This is also shown to be by an indicator called stochastic. We see it is going up and down and so on. So let's look at the chart. Most likely we will catch this fluctuation. This is especially evident from the previous red candle, which has a rather huge shadow. We also opened at a fairly high point. This is important. Let's observe. Excellent. As I said, the deal was closed in plus. We see this fluctuation just happened, and perhaps further the chart will go down completely. Let's, dear traders, we will finish at this moment our small trading session, which consisted of 7 currency pairs, and let's quickly summarize the main result. The main result is our balance. We started with $100 and we earned $1,196.64. So to find out more about training and reviews, perhaps you have an offer to contact me, or about training, you want to talk to me, go to the Telegram channel, link in the description and also in the profile header. Subscribe to the YouTube channel in addition to the Telegram channel. Leave your comments, like, turn on notifications. Thank you all. Good luck. Bye bye.